Good evening, how my beautiful queens and house and kings doing this evening? How you all doing? Welcome or welcome back to the start of a new video. How you all doing? This will be kind of like a little mini chit chat video, and I just kind of want to reflect back over some things I have learned about life. I'm 40 years old, and with the length of time that I've been here in the 40 years that I've been alive, one thing I have realized, and it's sad that it took me 10 years to realize this, is that one thing I learned that you have to believe in yourself. And when I say believe in yourself, if there's a goal or dream that you want to pursue someday, you have to go for it. Like, there's nothing wrong with, trying, and because I feel like you fail by not trying. And so, as I look back over my life, there was a lot of things that I wish I could have done when I was in my early 20s. I know we live in a society where, if you're not 25, if you're 25 years old, you should be, been accomplished like a lifetime goal, which is, if why you not, you should have been to be established to buy a house, or you should be married by this age. But looking back and reflecting back over my life, I'm glad that God got me in the season. Like, everything I'm learning now is a season, and when that mean by season, like, it is so much more to when I'm saying by seasons. Like, everything happened in a season. So I feel like when there's something that's supposed to happen in your life for you, it'll happen in God's timing. One thing I have learned that over my past is that I always want things to come like that. But learning it, looking back and reflecting back, everything don't always come in my timing. I feel like God sometimes put, people, or, in positions to try to, test you and see how strong you are, meaning that sometimes he might make you wait in your waiting season. And so sometimes you might not always understand why God got you in this season of isolation, I'm gonna say it like that, why he got you waiting for something to come true. Oftentimes I always compare myself to other people, wondering why I felt like at one point I was behind in my life. Like, why me? Like, why haven't I got the car yet? Why I haven't got a long-term career? Like, I feel like at times I was getting discouraged to the point where I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, why is I'm in this area of my life? But I'm learning that every day things take time. Like, you can't rush nothing, but if it's something you want to do, it's best to go for your dreams and just continue to keep working hard towards it. One thing I also learned, nobody gonna come save me. So whatever it is I want to pursue, I gotta go for it, because nobody can make me happy. Nobody gonna treat me the way how I treat myself. And I had to realize that oftentimes I got discouraged because I was always the friend or the type of person that I'm always concerned and have a caring heart. I always, want to see the good in people. That's another thing I have learned. You can't, if a person is not a good person, you can't make people be something that they're not. Sometimes people can portray a character that they not, but you just have to continue to be yourself and just keep pushing on. I feel like sometimes some people come into our life to be a lesson. Some can come into our life to teach, to be a blessing. Meaning that sometimes you can run into people and you might think they really for you, but in reality they not. You can't call everybody a friend. I had to realize that. There was a young lady, I think I might have mentioned it to you all a little bit while back on my YouTube channel. I don't share people's names for just the privacy of my, my community. I don't want to, overshare like a person's name. But the young lady that I thought was really a good friend of mine, come to find out she wasn't a really good friend. She was always talking about me behind my back, saying bad things. And so I'm learning every day now. If somebody laugh in your face and they talking about you behind your back to somebody else, that's not really a friend. Also, if a person sit there and tell you that this person said something about you, and then most 9 times out of 10 that person is pretty much gossiping about you with that person. Not everybody gonna tell you what they say about you behind when you're not around. Also, one thing I'm learning, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes we might not understand the journey that God is taking us on. Sometimes it took me a while to realize this as well, that I don't have all the answers. Like I say, I'm still learning learning in life, as God bless me to give me, as God wake me up and bless me to see another day. I'm still learning and trying to figure out life, but it took me a while to realize this is that I have to get up and show up for myself. I can't expect for nobody else to show up and be the best, be there for me. Like, I have to be there for myself. Like, it be times where I ain't gonna even tell them story. Like this morning, I already knew it was gonna be a busy day for me, work day. I had to service like 190 some people today, on a function, a banquet. I dread to get out of bed, but I knew that I had to get up and, put my smile on and just get up, show up for work and make the best out of the day, because at the end of the day, I got to take care of myself, and, nobody going to take care of me the way I take care of myself. I got to make my money the best way I can, but there be often times that I do dread to get out of bed, because I feel like sometimes I'm not being paid my worth. Like, I'm worth so much more than what the company is paying me. Like, I go over and beyond for my job description. But hey, I'm learning also that I'm not gonna let a job distract me or get me discouraged from what my calling is. So with that being said, like I say, God, I thank him so much for giving me a voice. He blessed me to have a platform to start my channel. There have been often times like I procrastinate. Like, I've been really wanting to get into content creation ever since 2021. I started my channel August of 2022. And ever since then, I'm just forever grateful for how far this journey have came along for me. As I'm looking back and documenting my life, I have came a long way from where I started from. And so, like I say, content creation always have been a goal. Like, I've been obsessed with, creating videos, watching some of my favorite creators, and I was procrastinating. I was really afraid to start and cut the camera on, because I'm like, who gonna want to listen to me? Who gonna want to, watch me? But at the end of the day, I'm learning every day. I'm so thankful and forever thankful for God just giving me a voice. And I might not think that people is looking and watching me, and I feel like in some way that I'm inspiring people to go after their dreams, because I have had people email me or inbox me and told me, to keep going. They see me, keep pressing on. I'm inspiring them to, go forward towards their dreams and goals. And that's something that really means a lot to me, because I do want to be that person that I can inspire someone else to go through and push through their dreams and goals despite of what they might be dealing with in life. I'm also realizing that, you're not going to be liked by everybody. And I have to think about this, there are some times where I get discouraged, like when I'm in public. I'm just so used to speaking to people. Hey, good morning, how you doing? Hey, good evening, how you doing, sir? And sometimes people just look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, man, I have a great personality. I haven't did anything wrong. But also, I'm learning that you just never know what people going through. Everybody can't handle everybody can't handle a smile to hide their pain. Like me, I know I go through a lot of things in my life, but everybody can't be me, and not everybody can would smile and let you know that they, even though if everything is not okay with them, they're not going to tell you. So sometimes people hide the pain by, looking sad, or they might not want to be bothered with people. But I have to think about it. That I can't make everybody smile. I can't make everybody speak to me, because everybody not like me. You have to be yourself. But I'm also learning that I just got to continue to keep showing up for myself, and just keep pushing through despite of what might come my way. Because like I say, it's gonna be some good days. I cherish the good days, and I also try to cherish the not so good days. But I'm not gonna let the not so good days stop me from the good days that's ahead in my life. It also taught me that, like I say, I just have to just be encouraged the best way I can, not let nothing or no one get to me. And just show up every day for myself, no matter how hard it might get. Procrastination will keep you back, because it's something, if you really want to do something and you constantly letting it stop you from doing. I tell anybody, I'm guilty of it. I had to stop procrastinating. I had to stop letting fear get the best of me, because like I say, we living in a society where sometimes people, you can been to overshare a dream or a goal with your friend, a best friend, or even a relative, and they might tell you, oh girl, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe you should just stick to this plan right here, because that's not, sometimes you can't overshare things with people. Even I'm learning that you have to just go for it. Go for your dreams. Just because something didn't work out for this person in their life, that doesn't mean it's not going to work out for you. Sometimes people look at that, if, they wanted to pursue their dreams and goals and it didn't happen for them, that you supposed to not follow and pursue yours. So I'm also learning. I thank God for giving me the wisdom and discernment is not to overshare so much no more with people, because I used to have that bad about opening up, telling people too much, that I feel like it's not necessary for them to know. So I'm learning every day now, as with the years that I'm, the 40 years that I've been here on earth. Don't overshare things with everybody. Not everybody don't need to know everything about you. It's okay to share certain things with people, but some things like goals or whatever, personal things, it just seems like you have to be careful what you say or share, because sometimes people don't not always want the best for you. One thing I'm learning, sometimes people don't want to see you do good, and especially not better than them. So they can be in a certain level in their life, and not saying that they doing bad, but they might not want to see you prosper. Especially if they have been knowing you for a length of time, a certain amount of years, they might not want to see you grow. So I'm just here to say, don't overshare everything. I had to learn that. It took me, like I say, 10 years to realize that. Don't overshare everything, because not all the time people aren't going to have your best interest. So I'm gonna make that to be the end of this video. I thank you all so much for tuning in. I pray that you all continue to be safe and stay warm out here as these summer weathers, continue to rise, because it's hot. It's really, really hot. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you all the next one. Until the next time, bye-bye. I love you.